So when a glamorous and a spectacular day to each and everyone, today I'll be talking about something that defines who we are, the local culture and history of Caraga region. Specifically, we'll explore the importance of local and oral history and how it shapes our identity and heritage. And my topic is all about understanding the meaning and importance of local and oral history. These are the objectives. First is define the local and oral history and their significance. The second one, identify key aspects of Caraga's culture and history. The third one, explain the role of oral tradition is in preserving heritage. The fourth one is analyze how history shapes culture identity. And the fifth one is evaluate the impact of historical events on Caraga development. And the last one is promote appreciation of Caraga's rich traditions. And now, there are six importance of local and oral history in Caraga region. The first one is preservation of heritage. The second one is cultural identity. And the third one is recognition of indigenous knowledge. And the fourth one is filling historical gaps. And the fifth one is promoting tourism and economic development. And the last one is understanding social and political changes. So first and foremost, understanding local and oral history. First, let's define these two important terms. Local history is the study of past events, people, and tradition within a specific place, such as town, region. On the other hand, oral history is the passed down through storytelling, interview, and personal testimonies. These two are essential because they help us understand our past and how it influences our present. So first, let's talk about the preservation of heritage. So our local and oral history plays a huge role in preserving our traditions, languages, and customs. In Caraga, we have indigenous groups like the Manobo and Mamanwa, who have rich traditions that are not always written in books but are passed down through stories and practices. For example, and the Manubo people have traditional dances and songs that reflect their connections with nature. If these traditions were not recorded or taught to younger generation, they could be lost forever. So, by preserving these stories and practices, we ensure that our identity remains strong and does not fade with time. Alright, the second one is the cultural identity. History shapes who we are. By learning about our past, we develop a stronger sense of identity and belonging. For example, imagine if we didn't know anything about our ancestors. How would we feel connected to our roots? Example is our local festivals like the Kahimunan Festival celebrate our indigenous heritage. These events reminds us of our culture and traditions, making us proud of where we come from. So, by studying and embracing local history, we build a stronger connection to our community and cultural heritage. Okay, the third one is recognition of indigenous knowledge. So, our ancestors had unique ways of healing, farming, and leading their communities. Many of these are preserved through our oral history. For example, these Babaylan or spiritual healers use herbal medicine and rituals to cure illness. So today, modern science recognizes the value of some of these traditional healing methods. So, without oral history, these valuable indigenous practices might have been forgotten. So, instead, they continue to influence medicine, agriculture, and even leadership styles in rural communities. And the fourth one is the filling historical gaps. So, not everything about our past was written down. Many historical events, especially before the arrival of the Spaniards, were only passed through word of mouth. Example, before written records, our ancestors told stories about how they lived, fought for their land, and interacted with other tribes. If we rely only on books, we might miss important details that were never recorded. So, an oral history fills in these missing pieces and gives us a more complete understanding of our past. Right, in the fifth one is promoting tourism and economic development. So, did you know that local history and culture can boost tourism? For example, visitors comes to Caraga to see the beautiful beaches, but they also enjoy learning about our culture, such as the stories behind our heritage sites and local crafts. Tourists, tourists buy handmade souvenirs, which helps local businesses grow. So, by preserving and promoting our local history, we create an opportunities for tourism and economic development benefiting our communities. And the last one is understanding social and political changes. So, lastly, history helps us understand how Caraga has changed over time. For example, Spanish colonization, American influence, and post war developments all shape our governments and economy. And of course, the educational system. Learning about these changes helps us appreciate where we are today. So, by studying history, we can learn from past mistakes and make informed decisions for the future. Before I end this discussion, I will give you a summarize about my topic. So, the local and oral history are crucial in preserving our heritage, shaping our identity, recognizing indigenous knowledge, filling historical gaps, promoting tourism, and understanding social changes. Because I firmly believe that without history, we wouldn't know who we are or where we come from. That's why it's important to keep telling our stories, learning from the past, and sharing them with the next generation. Thank you so much for listening. God bless us all.